just generally, Tony, if you can just talk about how you feel about where things are right now.
I feel good about it. I'll be quite honest with you. When you look at the overall roster and you look at the amount of guys coming back, 19 to 22 in the two deep on offense, 16 of the 22 on defense. You look at how well we played early in the season, and then the way the guys finished. 3 of the last games. We won 2 of them, and had a real good chance that we let slip away against Hawaii. So, as we got healthier, we looked better at the end. I thought the defense did a really good job of holding the line after having a tough run with a lot of guys down. You saw the impact Armani makes on the game, especially that last game of the season and what he did early on. You look at the 5 games he played, and. The 5 games he started, and we're 3-2 in those games, and in the games that he didn't, in the games we lost during that stretch, with a 7-point loss on the road to Arkansas State and a tie ball game going into the fourth quarter at SC. So he's a pretty special guy. So overall, I feel really good about the group coming back. Obviously, we see the impact of, a couple injuries, a couple important injuries, and we got to do a really good job with this recruiting class and solidifying some of those things and adding depth. We know that one of our Achilles heels is in the back end of the defense. We got to do a better job of playing the deep ball, being more consistent. So we were going to address that by guys, continuing to evolve and get better. A lot of those guys were injured coming back, plus recruiting right now. We're going to bring a bunch of guys in that'll help make a big difference in that situation. But, when I look at it and I look at a situation where we took over and we had, the worst APR, projected, 900 coming in. And when we post, it's always a year behind, but when we post it, it'll be the highest APR in the history of UNLV football at 983. When you look at, the last 2 semesters, on the record, 2 highest back-to-back GPA semesters. When you look at, again, just the overall competitiveness, coming in, we did our own self-eval because, sometimes you sit there and think, hey, we're doing better, but then you got to look at the numbers. The numbers are the numbers, right? And, 38% of the games of 5 years before we got here, we either won or within 1 score. Now it's 58%. So 58% of the games that we've played, we've either won or been within 1 score of winning. If we can flip a quarter of those or half of those, what does that do for postseason opportunities and things like that? So it's better. It's better. You look at a 10-year perspective, winning percentage is higher. The competitiveness as far as, being within 1 score games is drastically higher. All the off-the-field problems have been cleaned up, especially in the classroom, which was a major issue, coming on in. Our guys have done a really good job of making good recreational decisions. You haven't seen a lot of guys, sitting out for, making bad choices. And that's been a good thing. So we got to continue that part to go. We got to continue to develop our guys, and and I think there's great things on the horizon. Disappointed in the outcome of the season. Wish we would have found a way to scrap together and get ourselves in the postseason, regardless of the injuries that we sustained. But when you look at the overall roster and the talent and the depth coming back, it's real positive. You had 17 offensive linemen on the team this year and 16 return. That's a good thing. It's and you had 2 guys in Justice Olivashone and Matt Brayton who started the last 3 games with their first career start. So that's exciting to see young guys come in with Zach Singer going out and Jaron Caldwell coming out. We didn't take a step back like we had in the past on the offensive line. So a lot of good things.